Hey, listen, I'm wondering if you also have this problem. Because one of the biggest things, and it's still very good, I saw you guys already with jackets on and stuff like that. We're still walking here, look, t-shirts, shorts. It's hot as hell here still in Spain. And we still enjoy so much going to the park. And, this is great. However, the problem is that other parents do not have the same high standards as I do, especially when it comes to health and giving the kids candy and all that kind of stuff. And it keeps just freaking blowing my mind. But the thing is that the kids see that and they want that because it's sugar and it's nice and they love it and blah, blah. So I'm just wondering, what's your philosophy in regards to health and energy, and how do you go about teaching, this to your kids? How do you make this a reality so your sons live a healthy and energetic life?
We've got quite a controversial approach to this as well. So, with regards to our outlook and understanding with the kids, we're really lucky. So if we were out of the team, me and Michelle, I'm very much the active one. I'm sporty. I love everything to do with just being active. So my kids get to see that, but equally so, I'm probably, I'm definitely not the normal level of active. I don't lay down on the sofa very well, to be quite honest. Whereas my wife, she's a lot more spiritual, so they get to see that side from her, and she looks at the spiritual health and your connection. So through Michelle and Bear, they teach me a lot. The stuff that Bear brings to me is phenomenal. Michelle's she's the one that got me into reading, not as soon as I should have done, but she's very much down that route, writing, and she's a lot more in tune with herself than I am, to be quite honest. I can bury my head in the sand and just crack on and go for a run. But with regards to health, so I think that part of the health, the whole holistic, if you look at it that way, Bear and Rain, they're so balanced. They know how to relax and chill out, and they can be full on and they're active. But it's really good balance. With regards to the food side, I eat very, very clean, very healthy. A lot to do with the sport that I've chosen to do and what I'm pursuing there. But a lot of it's also laziness. My wife likes cooking meals, and will often say my ex-wife is into cooking meals and things like that. So Michelle. Whereas I'd rather eat raw food, cook up some fish or some chicken and eat that. But it's really healthy. But that's more through just laziness rather than anything else. But so the boys both love fruit. I genuinely believe you can't have enough fruit. The sugars are completely different, so we can go down that route. Equally said, so they eat all that. They eat the meat, they eat the fish, they eat all the fruit. Bear, Rain not so much, but Bear loves his sweets, loves his chocolate. This is the controversial bit. So we don't limit his chocolate intake. We don't limit. He doesn't have fizzy drinks. He doesn't like fizzy drinks. I don't like fizzy drinks. Michelle doesn't like fizzy drinks. That never features. It's not fruit juice. It's always water. On the odd occasion, maybe squash. So we've got that bit that looks after itself. But with regards to the sweets and the chocolate, if he'd like some chocolate, we get chocolate. We don't want to make it a taboo. We've been to so many parties, and myself, when I was growing up, my parents firmly restricted me. So as soon as I had my dinner money, all I'd ever buy on the way to school would be donuts, chocolate, crisps, junk food. And I was not alone. It was every single child on that bus on the way to school. So people just don't limit and they gorge on it. And then when they get home, we don't have you're not getting down from the table unless you finish your food. I eat non-stop throughout the day and snack and eat throughout the day. I'm a massive grazer. Michelle's a bit more, probably from time, to be quite honest, trying to fit that in around being with the boys literally all day. So she sets her some meal times and she'll eat and she'll get her fuel. But the boys will have bananas, they'll have melon, they'll have fruit, they love peanut butter, they love all that sort of stuff. And they're just eating it non-stop. On the odd occasion, Bear wants a chocolate bar. He has his chocolate bar. If he wants some sweets, have his sweets. But he can go time without having it. And if you go to a party, he doesn't get presented with a bowl of ice cream or a muffin and feel the need to devour it like he's not going to get it ever again. He'll just pick at it, have a couple of bits, and then he'll go. If he has a chocolate bar, unless Rain's after it, then he'll eat it all. Just to stop Rain having it. But if he's in his own mind and his own world and he can eat his chocolate at his leisure, he doesn't always eat all the chocolate. But we don't limit any of that. We just want them to be in tune with what they're doing. Bear's lean. He's at it all the time. He's getting his energy. Equally, he has to get his energy from somewhere. He doesn't eat a lot, so maybe he does need the sugar. So that's our approach to it. It's a controversial one. It's working, and they're both healthy and they're both thriving. So, touch wood, it'll all be good in the end.
Exactly. But yeah, that's great advice. Just trying to find that balance, and especially not take something away. So when he does get it presented, they go all crazy and stuff. Well, I am blessed.
Intuitive eating class. Similar to the learning, they wanted to do that. They know what they need at times. When they're both, it's so apparent when your boys are going through growth spurts. Leading up to that growth spurt, they'll frustrate you because you give them the same portion size every single time. If you go down this route, same portion size at mealtime, they might pick at it and have nothing, and then parents are getting frustrated. And then if they're taught to literally eat everything on their plate, which I'm sure stems from war times when we don't really know when we're going to have food to eat again. Eat everything on your plate. Then they're not even listening to the body. The amount of kids that I'm full up, and we're trying to tell them, no, you're not, you're not. It's like, who knows their body better than they know their body? So when they go through the growth spurts, that portion won't even be enough. They'll need 2 portions, and they'll be eating, and I'll be in the kitchen, making it in the kitchen, and some days I'll make something and it doesn't get touched. But that's just parenting, isn't it? So it definitely doesn't frustrate me, and I genuinely don't mind. Just having options in the house. I think we have almost every fruit that you can buy in the UK propped up somewhere in the house.
Nice. Yeah, that's great advice. The great thing is that my oldest one now, when somebody presents something like a snack, at least he comes and asks me if he can. And I became more relaxed because, well, you knew that Larry Hagner came on the show.
Yeah.
Head's Edge, and he actually mentioned to me, dude, you can't fight every single battle, and then you have to just think, is that the most important battle that you have to fight? I was like, nah, not really. I was just wondering, how other people do it, so I can learn from that. So I became more relaxed and just like, actually the other day I brought 12 of those, big eggs, chocolate eggs with a surprise in it, and just had them give it away. The biggest problem at the moment eating unhealthy is when we are at his grandma's house, which we are at the moment. As you can see, I'm not home.
Okay.
I didn't turn religious all of a sudden.
I didn't think it looked familiar. I wasn't sure where you were at though.
Yeah, no, my mother-in-law's house. She fell yesterday. She broke her wrist.
Oh no.
And we had to go here real quick. And then it's the good thing. I got an online project going on, online business, and we can, as long as there's internet, I can go wherever I want.
Amazing.
So we're here to support her, which is good. And the kids.
That's quite a hard thing. I think when we used to go to Michelle's parents quite a lot, they'd have drawers full of confectionery, more so than a sweet shop, I think, at times. But and their grandparents, they like treating your kids. Here's the thing: we don't want sweets to be a treat. Otherwise, you're gonna make them really desirable. That's the point. A holiday can be a treat. Like, you really want to go on holiday. If you start defining sweets as being treats, then when I hear parents talking about McDonald's being a treat, I'm just like, oh, that's a treat when you put something terribly unhealthy inside your child. So I'd rather start calling an apple a treat and making that a bit more desirable. But no, we don't have it. The big thing for me is if you've got stuff in the house. If I bought a pack of 6 chocolate bars and they're in the house and Bear's in the mood for a chocolate bar and he then finds out I've got another 5 chocolate bars, if he wanted to eat all 5 chocolate bars and go for it, I genuinely, because they're in the house, I wouldn't say no. It's his house as much as it is my house. And I'm the responsible one. I should be buying them. Or at least put them somewhere where he doesn't know there's another 5. So I'm trying to take ownership of that myself.
Exactly. Well, that's actually a powerful message. I've never thought about that. I felt a light going off in my head. Don't make sweets to be a treat. That's freaking, it's so simple, but it's ingenious actually. And that's exactly what we are doing. Like,
well, it works when you're training a dog, doesn't it? So
yeah, but that's the way
here you go.
I mean, our youngest one is he's being potty trained, and especially when he has to make shit, that's the biggest problem. he used to have the the wonderful timing of wanting to do that next to me, either right before or during my live interview. So I actually posted a video on that he stands there, and I even heard it fell on the floor. He's plop, and you hear him saying, "Kaka, kaka." Oh, my God! But we give him now. Well, I stopped it, but we were giving him like little, M&Ms, for example, if he then finally went on the toilet. So that you're actually reinforcing the fact that candy is a treat. So brilliant.
Yeah, you are definitely.
Man, now I'm like, God, I'm such an idiot.
99% of the population do it, don't they? It's just that's like just conditioned. Like, everyone just thinks it's a treat, but
Yep.
I don't know. I would much rather say we'll go to the cinema if we do something cool, and that'll be the treat. I mean, even then, though, I'm going to drown them with popcorn and with M&Ms. So, I mean, it's all around you, isn't it? You just want them to be able to self-regulate. I think that's the important thing for me.
Exactly. Man, great. Thanks a lot. And that's why I love doing these live interviews, because every single one, there's like, I learned tons, but there's every single time there's just one big golden nugget that I take out of it and that I can apply directly. And this is one of them. So thanks. And we're still not done. We still got at least half an hour for people that are joining us. If you're joining us on Facebook, wonderful. Make sure you like it and share it. We still got half an hour to go with tons of questions. And if you have a question, then the only thing I can say is join us inside this group, because I cannot see what's going on Facebook. Hey man, I hope you got all the information out of this that you were looking for. If so, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you hit the bell, then every time we come out with a new video, you will be informed. For now, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you soon.